Hey, what's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. Now let's talk about what is going on with silver. 5 months in the red. Is a turnaround coming? Me personally, I'm not too bothered. I actually enjoy when the price is low, sitting at around $19.41. This is an opportunity to buy for cheaper, lower your dollar per ounce average, especially since premiums have been through the roof over the last couple years. It's a perfect entry point. And if this article is asking the question of if the price is going to start turning around, this might be our last chance to get, some of these lower prices. And speaking of buying at lower prices, if you want to buy silver, I have a deal for you. And this is a special discount sale because only my audience is eligible. I'm offering Krugerrands and Britannias at only $4.50 over spot. This is partnered with Miles Franklin, my new sponsorship. You probably heard of them when I broke the story of the lady from Texas that's a billionaire that bought $50 million in silver, over 900,000 eagles, 100,000 ounces in junk and gold. Andy Sheckman, which is the CEO, filled that order in 2 days. Very impressive. I don't know any other company that could have pulled that off. Regardless, though, all you got to do to purchase is email info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. Let them know you want to get the Slayer discount or whatever else they have in stock. Their website will be up soon in a week or so, so stay tuned for that. But buying is just as easy if you email them. Very respected company, and you'll also be supporting me for free. So anyways, we have a couple different articles that I wanted to break down. I wanted to go over silver's price, but we also have this article, why commodity prices are likely to fall further. We have the original, silver down 5 months in the red. We have another one, silver price forecast, silver markets continue to plunge. And then another one, silver markets continue to drift lower. So you can see there's a lot of speculation. A lot of it is looking more bearish, but regardless, it doesn't matter what their opinions are. A lot of these articles are going to just go off the technicals, but it's like predicting the weather. You can't. It's never accurate. I like to also incorporate what's happening currently in the economy and what's ahead. A lot of people just look at the charts, the data, but when we're talking about something that has intrinsic value, a physical metal like precious metals, gold and silver, you can't just look at the data. You can't just look at the numbers, right? It's not like stocks or crypto. It's a different story. But anyways, take price forecasts with a grain of salt. And most importantly, if you're not planning on selling for any time soon, then you really shouldn't care what the price is doing. So silver down 5 months in the red. Is a turnaround coming? I like how this article kind of gives hope. Is a turnaround coming? And the other ones were like silver markets are plunging. So silver heads for a 5th straight month of losses. Industrial metal virtually in bear markets now, losing almost 20% on the year. Silver also 3rd worst performing commodity of 2022. It's kind of funny because silver was the #1 performing commodity of 2020. Chart suggests $17 lows if downward trajectory doesn't give up. Now, if we look at let's look at the 1 month chart. You can see that it held its ground, and actually, yeah, you can see it holds its ground around $18. So I couldn't see it breaking below that. It looks like it might even, let's look at like the 1 week. It looks like it could hold and maybe even break back above 20, but we never know. We never know. So after almost 5 months in the red, the price of silver doesn't seem to be bottoming yet. Fears of a recession in the United States and possibly the rest of the developed world may delay a rebound by even more. Silver hit a 2-year low of $18.01 an ounce on the New York's COMEX July 14th. At the time of writing, it was down 19%, all of 2022. Only 2 other commodities have had it worse this year. Lumber, which is down more than 56%, and oats, which are off by 42%. And honestly, when I see silver, when I see them talking about it being low this year, that just in my mind is thinking, okay, well, this is a great year for a lot of people to enter and lower their dollar per ounce. A lot of people bought during the Wall Street silver movement when silver was $28, $29. So a lot of those stackers that started then, they were paying 30, 40, $50 an ounce. So their average for an ounce of silver is extremely high. And now this is an opportunity to lower that. Silver's bear market status compared with that of gold, which is down by over 4% on the year, also shows the gap between the fortunes of the two precious metals, which typically is only a few percent apart, not 5 times. Since its March peak above $26 an ounce, that came on the back of the big commodities rally triggered by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Silver has slid steadily each month, losing 8%. Now, I'm not going to keep going into all this. I know we already know what happened. He's just basically telling us everything that happened. We already know. We went through it. So, uncertainty in industrial demand for silver amid growing fears of a recession is responsible for much of the slide over the past year and a half. So, a lot of it is speculative. And then once the story kind of plays out, but also the other missing puzzle pieces slide in, everything's gonna, kind of even out. Right now, there's just so much chaos and fear, uncertainty, doubt, worrying. The markets are just crazy. I mean, we're living in crazy times, so expect crazy prices. The industrial story of silver. More than 50% of silver's demand originates from industrial use. And that's exactly why I call silver the best of both worlds. It's a monetary metal and an industrial metal. So even if the economy's in bad or good shape, silver has opportunity to grow where gold only does if things are looking bad. So as a malleable metal, it's just as good as gold for jewelry making. It's also a good conductor of electricity and used extensively in the manufacture of electronic components. Like I was saying, it can do what gold can do, but also where silver is going to take on a life of its own since it's so heavily needed in the industrial sector where gold really won't have a part of. I think that's why my name is Silver Slayer and not Gold Slayer. The transition to clean energy had also been expected to drive physical demand for silver, particularly for connections in electric vehicles and for components within solar panels. The rollout of the 5G, 5G, obviously, those networks have seen another substantial source of demand. I mean, 5G, electric vehicles, solar panels, silver lithium ion batteries, you name it, silver's in it. And as we advance in this booming digital technological era, silver is going to be the key element, and we don't have that much of it. So I don't really want to go over the rest of this. That's why I linked these articles in the description. I just want to highlight the main parts because we have a lot of other articles I wanted to go over as well. So let's look at this. Where from here? So he's saying metals traders await economic data as well as the Fed's Jackson Hole symposium outcome. And that's what I was saying. People are kind of just waiting, and the speculation drives people crazy. They start investing with their heart, not their head. The emotions get the best of them, and they start panic selling, impulse buying, just making silly decisions that they shouldn't be. And that's why the markets are so hectic and chaotic and unpredictable. But once the story plays out, then the markets kind of settle down. Just like the week before, leading up to the FOMC meeting, people speculate what they're going to do, and then it happens, and then the next week after that, the markets they chill out. So anyways, let's look at this. Why commodity prices are likely to fall further. So we have big movements in the prices of oil, minerals, and agricultural commodities, which have been among the most salient economic developments of the past couple years. The sharp rise in commodity prices for much of this period is virtually impossible to miss. Oil was not the only commodity to experience a price surge. The price of copper doubled, wheat more than doubled, global indices of commodity prices almost tripled from April 2020 to March 2022. And these increases are in dollar terms. Price in euros, yen, won, other currencies rose even more. So then obviously prices of many commodities fell this summer. Oil decreased about 30% between early June and mid-August. The politically sensitive price of gasoline in the US fell by 20% over the same period, from $5 to $4. The overall index fell 12%. But is this dip in commodity prices just temporary, or is it a sign that prices have peaked and can be expected to decline further? Commodity prices are highly correlated. One reason is direct microeconomic linkages. When the price of oil rises, wheat producers' costs increase because the harvesting equipment runs on diesel and fertilizer, and that puts upward pressure on grain prices. That's a really good point as well, that I should probably dive more into, since I do talk about the industrial side of things so much. A lot of that is intertwined. It really is. And if I can try to break down more of where that side of things is going, along with silver's industrial need, and maybe even like copper and other things, I think I could pull some interesting stuff out. So there are two macroeconomic reasons to think that commodity prices in general will fall further. One, the level of economic activity is a self-evidently important determinant of demand for commodities and therefore of their prices. Less obviously, the real interest rate is another key factor, and the current outlook for both global growth and real interest rates suggest a downward path for commodity prices. Not all prices will fall. Different commodities tell different stories. For example, the market price of natural gas in Europe is bound to rise further as the continent learns to manage winter without Russian supplies, but the trend will likely be downward elsewhere. And then we have strong global growth, especially in China, which can explain major commodity price upswings. And then, comparing it to 2004, 2007, 2010, 2011, 2021. Conversely, plunging global growth can explain the abrupt falls in commodity prices during the Great Recession, mid-2008, early 2009, and obviously which led silver to $50 in 2011. And that's also during the recession from January to April 2020. Global growth is currently slowing. China's economy has faltered dramatically. Growth there actually turned negative into the second quarter. Shanghai and some other large cities endured lockdowns. Europe's economy will be hit hard by the side effects. So I'm trying to just highlight, bringing up some good points. But remember, like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. All of these are good points, but there's so many other points to the table. And then when you're also mixing that in with the chaotic investors, you can really get a sense of why prices are so unpredictable, especially with silver, since it's such a smaller market than gold. So silver markets have fallen hard during the trading session on Monday as we continue to see silver plunge. This is just technical analysis stuff. So if you want to check this out, looking like they mentioned rallies at this point would end up being short-lived from what he can see. He think it's probably going to be a fade of rallies type of situation. And that's kind of what I was saying, there's just going to be a lot of ups and downs. And that's a really dangerous thing for new investors because you could hop on that emotional roller coaster. That's why I say don't even pay attention to the prices every day. Whether it's up 20 cents or down 30 cents or whatever, just buy silver. At the end of the day, in 5, 10, 15 years, whenever you sell, that 20, 30 cents it's going to be irrelevant. He does make a good point saying, furthermore, you have to keep in mind that the economy seems to be slowing down and that will drive the demand for silver. And we know there's a direct correlation to silver's price and silver demand. When the price is high, silver moves right with it, and vice versa. Then he goes to say, ultimately, the market is likely to see a lot of back and forth. Still think we have a lot of negativity ahead of us. However, if we are able to break above $21, that could change everything, perhaps even leading to an uptrend. And when I was showing, let's go back to the price real quick. So I like how we have, support and resistance levels, but I don't take those too serious either. Because, we break above 21, that could be a huge uptrend. If we break below 17, that can get really ugly. But there's so much unknown. The unknown variable plays such a huge factor. A lot of people try to act like they know exactly what's going to happen. This situation plays out, or this situation, and this is what it would do, or this is what it's likely to do. But the unknown variable is the biggest factor that affects the price, and nobody can predict that. Nobody has a crystal ball. So anyways, I just wanted to share this so you guys have an idea of what's going on with the price of silver right now, and just wanted to give a little bit of insight on what other people's takes are. Some people say that the price is going to keep going lower. Some say maybe there's a turnaround coming. I would like to know what you think. I love when you participate in the videos in the comment section. Let me know. I'd love to hear what you got to say. And remember, if you want to purchase Krugerrands or Britannias at only $4.50 over spot, email info@milesfranklin.com. Andy will hook you up. Let him know that Slayer sent you. You can get that deal, or ask what else he has in stock. It's still very easy to purchase that way. The website will be up soon, which is going to be great as well. So yeah, I'm excited. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Got a lot of other stuff coming as well. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.